perfectly elated. That last mile when you come back into the finish line, it's the most epic thing I put it up with the birth of my kids. But you go across the finish line and everybody's cheering for you. And when I was getting ready to cross the finish line, and I just kind of stopped and embraced the moment. I didn't want to cross because I didn't want it to end.
Mike Rice never thought those words would come out of his mouth.
8 years ago, I thought running a mile or two was a long way to go.
Not because of the challenge.
Once I figured out, I really enjoyed it, and sky's the limit.
But because of one moment that put a halt to Rice's career as a triathlete.
When I got hit, first thing is my bike okay?
In 2011, a truck hit Rice during a training ride 3 weeks before the 2011 Ironman Louisville.
My family. So, my kids. I've got 2 sons, and,
Doctors didn't know the extent of Rice's injuries until a few weeks later.
I was feeling really good. I had like an hour 7 swim, a 5:38 on a brand new bike, and mile 3 of the run, my disc ruptured. We didn't know it at the time, but I was just in excruciating pain.
Dr. Mladen Durasovic, orthopedic spine surgeon at Norton Leatherman Spine Center, says he thought Rice would never compete again.
He had a disc at L5S1, the very bottom disc in his spine, which was becoming unstable and also partially herniated at the time of his accident. So he had both a lot of back pain and also nerve root pain from impingement of his nerve that was working its way around that disc and leaving the L5S1 area.
And the only hope for Rice, Dr. Durasovic says, was surgery.
With these newer minimally invasive procedures where we really work hard to preserve muscle function and not do much muscle damage, we've seen several people get back to high levels of physical activity, but Mike's probably our best. Yeah.
With an attitude of determination, Rice was on his way, 1 mile at a time.
My hope for him really was more that he would get back to his small business and to being productive in terms of his regular work. I was hoping he could get back to some recreational exercise and things like that, but getting back to the high level of that he's gone back to in terms of being a competitive triathlete and doing Ironmans, I think that exceeded even our expectations.
Fighting through physical therapy, Rice jumped back on his bike just 8 months after surgery.
And you had people go, Mike, it's okay to quit. You have nothing to prove. And I mean, I do have something to prove. I mean, it's Sunday when I go across the finish line, I can't wait to see my kids. And that's what it's about. I'm ready to see my girlfriend, but to see my kids. And that's what pushes you past that dark moment, because my kids see me helpless, and I don't want them to know that's acceptable. Once you give up, what's the point of living?
Going on to finish his first post-surgery marathon and now competing again in Ironman Louisville.
It's been a nice journey, so it's not over yet.